In this video I will analyze a specific market scenario to show you how the organic reading of price action can shed some light into why price reverses in some areas with no apparent reason. This is obviously one of the jobs of a trader. To discover the next reversal point of the market in a way that is accurate and safe enough to produce high-quality trade opportunities. In the methods found in this channel, we have several ways to approach this problem, but before we start to increase the level of detail of our analysis, let's first understand what's going on with the bigger picture of this piece of price action we have in the chart. I marked the number 1 to number 5 to pinpoint different highs and lows in the chart. These highs and lows are part of what I call the major flow, which is composed of the larger highs and lows in the chart. These are really important points in price, and they hold the keys to find the next major reversals in price, so it's obviously a good idea to pay close attention to them. The particular question I'm going to investigate today is why price reversed where it did in number 4. Notice that from number 1 to number 3, we have price creating a lower low. In other words, number 3 is a lower low than number 1, and this simple fact makes high number 2 a solid market structure. As I said earlier, it's very useful to study the surrounding of highs and lows, and that means not only the absolute extremes, but the way price gets there and leaves as well. Let me remove the candlesticks of the chart so you can have a clearer view. Notice how price comes back near solid structure number 2 in number 4. Some of you might say that number 4 is just going back to a supply and demand zone, and you would be correct, but I want to discover why price reversed exactly in that area in number 4. If you would be interested in trading number 4, you would have to come up with a more precise answer like that. One of the best ways to understand the internal geometry of highs and lows is to use a pitchfork to unveil the hidden angles that they produce. By using a pitchfork, we can see angles and lines that are not possible to obtain in any other way. If we apply a specific type of pitchfork in high number 1, high number 2, and low number 3, we might be able to understand why price reversed in number 4. Watch the center line of the pitchfork when I draw it. As you can see, the center line of the fork points almost exactly to the high number 4 in a much more precise way. In other words, the pitchfork measures the potential energy of the vector from number 2 to number 3 using number 1 as the anchor, and then it projects its probable path of exhaustion in the future. This might sound simple, but there is a physical explanation for that. Pitchforks work due to the law of conservation and potential energy that describe everything else in the universe, and there are also other physical laws that are attached to the concept of forks. For example, Newton's third law of motion states that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. If we take a look at the vector from number 2 to number 3, we will be able to see that the pitchfork tail touches one of the minor lows of the vector. The distance between that low and the high number 2 is equidistant to that minor low and low number 3, so the tail of the pitchfork can act as some sort of predictor in between market vectors as well. However, keep in mind that price hitting the center line of the pitchfork is not a signal to buy or sell. It's just one indication and nothing more than that. If you were to trade that high number 4 to the downside, you would have to collect more information. For example, shortly after price reaches the center line, the market displays a fractal candle to the downside, which combined to the whole situation regarding the pitchfork is a stronger context for a possible trade. After that fractal candle, we could draw another fork to catch a market edge to the downside. Observe the upper line of the next pitchfork I draw. Notice how price touches the upper line of the fork a few times after that fractal candle, giving you an opportunity to maybe sell this market very near to the reversal point in number 4. Take a look at the tail of this new pitchfork as well. Notice how the tail perfectly touches that ignition point in the vector from number 2 to number 3. This is yet further evidence that number 4 was indeed a reversal point at the time. It's the exact same situation that happened in the up-sloping pitchfork that was drawn previously. As you can see, there is a lot more than what meets the eye when it comes to price action, so I hope you learned something useful in this video. If you wish to understand these things in greater detail, please visit the strategy store in the link available in the video description. If you wish to see more videos like this in the future, help support the channel by clicking the like button, subscribing to the channel, and leaving your comment below. Don't forget to check our other videos as well. Thank you very much for watching.